Hey guys, welcome to All Time Gaming. I'm Chris.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Alex.
And we're less than 2 weeks away from a glorious return to 2K's crime simulator, Mafia.
Yes, this time we're swapping Not Quite New York for Not Quite New Orleans, my favourite not quite city in America, as Vietnam War veteran Lincoln Clay confronts the Italian mob for control.
And maybe we'll find out what happened to Joe.
Joe Barbaro.
But with that in mind, we've put some thought into which video game gangs we should, or probably actually shouldn't join.
So here's our list of 6 gangs we'll avoid if it's all the same to you.
Let's start the list with the game that got us thinking about gangs in the first place, Mafia 2.
Great game.
One of my faves.
So good that we said it in the intro piece as well.
Obviously, in a game called Mafia, you expect there to be a fair few gangs, each banging on about honour, family, professionalism, and vendettas.
And just generally banging as well.
Yeah, and fishes, and horse heads.
Banging fishes.
Why don't you come to me and ask me for money to help your family?
Oh my god, I think Jonesy's having a stroke.
Short of someone saying bada bing, bada boom.
You gotta say bada bing, bada boom.
Short of all of that, it's a great recreation of Italian Americans that I can only imagine is spot on and not at all cliche.
No, not at all.
I would know.
Being
well,
one-fifth Italian.
No, I just went there once.
Oh, right.
The only gang I would advise avoiding is the Clemente family. Headed by colossal Thunder Dick Alberto Clemente, the family is responsible for seriously destabilizing Empire Bay and ordering hits left, right, and center. This was a major reason why you probably shouldn't join the Clementes, as it seemed that everybody was now gunning for anyone connected with the gang. And now for the first of our spoiler warnings on this list. If you haven't played Mafia 2, probably skip forward a bit. So firstly, if you're attached to the Clementes, there's a high chance you'll get blown up by a bomb planted by protagonist Vito. If that fails, then you might get gunned down by Vito and associate Joe as they try and shoot their way towards Alberto. If by some miracle you survive all of that, then you might be tasked with escorting Alberto home following the attack, in which case you'll be chased, forced off the road, and assassinated by an angry fat guy. Not me, Joe Barbaro.
Basically lose-lose.
Lose, I think.
Lose.
I'd rather join literally any other crime family, as you'd probably have a better chance of surviving. Yes, death is a job hazard, but to have rivals who are this desperate to kill you? No thanks, not for me.
Nah, leave it.
Yeah, the survival rate of joining this gang is not exactly going to be the best. Let's go wingsuit.
Great
instead.
analysis.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Alex Jones.
That's okay.
Insight.
Maybe just go, wingsuiting, paragliding, or like bungee jumping, or any other thing that's
Yeah,
safe.
like grow up on the streets of
Join a
Calcutta.
biker gang.
While gang warfare in Mafia 2 became personal, in Hitman Blood Money, it was, strictly business. It's not up to us to pass judgment, however, only to carry out the sentence. And that's exactly what Chrome Dome sociopath Agent 47 did with the Gator Gang.
Gator gang.
On the surface, they have everything going for them. So, why shouldn't we join? They're at the forefront of drug trafficking in Louisiana, they have a rather snazzy boat, and it's clear that they appreciate good-looking men in fetching uniforms.
It sounds like a pretty good gang to join, Chris. I don't know what the problem's going to be here.
However, not everything is as it seems. For one, their leader, great name, Skip Muldoon, comes across as a bit of a predator. If 47 dresses up as a waiter and serves Muldoon cake, he's subjected to not particularly subtle or wanted allusions to, gobbling down on Muldoon's cock. I mean, there's no other way to say it, guys. There's no other way to...
You could have said it any other way that didn't use the word gobble.
No.
That's the other way to say it.
It's turkey time. Gobble, gobble.
Ah, but Chris, I hear you moan, moisty.
Chris.
He's just confident in his sexuality. That's not predatory.
It is a bit
right?
predatory.
Well, yeah,
That's exactly what someone like you would say, Chris.
I'm just confident in my sexuality.
I don't know where to take it from here. You guys have fucked it up.
I'm not a predator, I'm just confident in my sexuality. That's why I rest my penis bulge on tables when I talk to people.
Anyway, it's also massively implied that Skip also likes to indulge slightly closer to the family tree, if you know what I'm saying.
Incest.
And by indulge, I mean fuck his niece. Yep, because incest is a game the whole family can play, and the star prize is, malformed children creatures.
Yeah, this gang is definitely starting to sound like something we do not want to join.
No, thank
Well,
you.
hang on, guys. That's Skip Muldoon, not necessarily his gang of
Skip Muldoon and his gang of satyrs.
So that's the leader. What are the foot soldiers like? Well, considering that 6 of his lieutenants on board the tub were all eliminated with ease and allowed the boss to die, it's fair to assume that they're hardly, the hardest directions in the group, to put it
No one's ever
to
used
put
that
it bluntly.
analogy
So that's the Gator Gang, a group of incompetent rednecks led by an incest-loving fatso with impossibly high trousers and, I'm just assuming, a great erection.
Wow, no stereotypes here then.
No.
Well, Chris, at least the Gator Gang had a purpose. The tunnel snakes from Fallout 3 were just bored kids with nothing better to do. Their leader, Butch, was a fucking arsehole from the very beginning. As a kid, he did his level best to steal your sweet roll at your own birthday party. As a teenager, he adopted the style of a fifth-rate James Dean, while calling his gang a euphemism for a penis. Also, he acts tough, but bricks it the minute the game's weakest enemy waggles its antennas in his direction. He won't even take a Radroach on to save his mum, the cowardly fuck. And we all know Radroaches are fun to shoot the fuck out of as well, so what's he doing?
I killed the Radroach, then killed his mum, then killed him.
What? I like
and then
that.
I cut his legs and arms off.
I'm not surprised at that.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely correct.
What did you spell out with his dead body?
Yeah. Did you shape the legs in a way that it might spell out ATG?
Seriously though, I did wear that guy's jacket for like the rest of the game.
As for the other members, they're just massively forgettable. They attempt to beat you up, but you thrash them so thoroughly it's frankly embarrassing. Plus, they all resemble actors who once appeared in a mildly successful local theatrical production of Grease, but just haven't been able to let it go.
Harsh.
Okay, yes, the jacket gives you +5 melee, and Jamie loved it so much that he didn't take it off for the rest of the game, but we get a gun immediately, so fuck the jacket. So why wouldn't we join them? Well, where do I start? They dress like idiots, they're delinquents instead of true hard cases, their leader is a cowardly arsehole, there are only like 3 or 4 of them as well, which doesn't help, they can be defeated single-handedly by the resident nerd, and they're teenagers, and we're in our 20s and 30s. Well, Jamie's 12, but yeah, there you go. Nobody trusts that old guy trying to hang out with the kids, so maybe this isn't best for us. What do you guys think? Do tunnel snakes rule, or are we justified in feeling like grumpy old bastards? Leave a comment down below.
While we're on the subject of child bothering, the next gang we do well to avoid is Team Rocket from Pokemon. Now, unlike many of the previous options, there are actually some fairly compelling reasons to join Team Rocket. For starters, they have really fucking cool uniforms. I want one of those. I mean, I can't really speak for the late 90s boy band hair, but the uniforms they're solid. They have a memorable introduction poem.
Jesse,
James!
Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight. Meow, that's right.
No, it's my destiny!
Come on,
Jamie, go.
Sorry. A talking Meowth, and the exits are pretty spectacular.
Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again.
No!
Do you reckon that's how Jonesy finishes during sex?
You take it. You take it.
is
You
that-
guys, Alex Jones is taking off again.
Is that my voice, the British accent? I like that, it's good.
Then, of course, they have a straightforward plan. Obtain rare Pokemon to take over the world. Step 1, collect Pokemon. Step 2, take over the world.
Done.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
None of this hanging around in a vault waiting for shit to happen. These guys have a goal and shoot for it. Unfortunately, these positives are vastly outweighed by the negatives. Namely, in the TV show, Jesse and James are adults tasked with following around small children in the hopes of beating them up and stealing their pets.
God, what is wrong with our list?
And they always get beaten up by the kids as well. That's my favourite part.
No.
No, but you see, this is the thing. They let themselves get beaten up by the kids.
Oh no. Not only is that not exactly cool, nowadays they'd probably end up on some kind of register for it as well.
The Pokédex
That would be
pedophile file.
The dark secret of Pokemon is that Pokédex is actually a sex offenders register. And Professor Oak is a police officer who's trying to find out the local pedophiles by sending kids out into the wild.
Oh, literally to catch a predator.
Do you know how, like, sometimes your buddy will send you a message of, like, some guy fucking a goat?
Yes.
What would the Pokemon equivalent be like?
Even worse, they appear to be outwitted by said small children on a regular basis, which implies that they're hardly members of Mensa. But this is all comic relief. Let's delve into some of their shittier behaviour. According to the residents of Lavender Town, Team Rocket are responsible for the deaths of several Pokemon, so you can chalk up animal abuse along with the child harassment and endangerment to their list of activities. These alone make us wary of joining the gang, but above all, they don't appear to be massively proactive. Lying around in long grass waiting for children to come along seems less like a villainous master plan and more of the kind of the child catcher thing from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That thing used to scare the crap out of me.
Chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. Team Rocket are traditionally the villains, yes, but what about a gang that strives for good? The runners in Mirror's Edge are portrayed as freedom fighters, ferrying information across the city for resistance groups against the fascist regime. Fuck this sentence. The runners in Mirror's Edge are portrayed as freedom fighters, ferrying information across the city for resistance groups against the fascist regime in charge.
Well, you know, Chris, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist.
Well, let's address that last one, shall we? First of all, we've only really got the runner's word on how terrible the regime is. I mean, I don't see much repression in Mirror's Edge's society. All I do see is a public sanitation department with ruthless attention to detail. My kind of guys. Secondly, the runners don't seem to know know what's in their packages. Stroke it long enough, they'll know exactly what's in their packages.
I know what's in Jonesy's.
No, you don't.
Apart from the obvious, it could be weapons or chemical agents or orders for a terrorist attack. Again, we only have their word that they're the good guys, and that's pretty fucking weird. And lastly, there are traitors in your ranks who will happily sell you out for a handjob under the table. Any organization where you could potentially be an accomplice to an attack against civilians and ratted out by supposed friends is not really a gang you should be considering joining. And don't get me started on the dangers of parkour. Show me the person that didn't fall to their death in Mirror's Edge on their very first playthrough. I'll show you a liar, good sir, because he's fucking lying.
I died like 5 times in the first 5 minutes. Oh, that it looks like I can make that jump. No, you have to land where it's red. If you don't, you are fucked. All right, I get it now. Shit.
Oh, okay, what? So I'm expected to clamber over shining white architecture, which is liable to blind as much as anything, while being shot at by armed police and possibly falling over 100 feet to a brutal death below? No, fuck that, no, I'm out.
Finally, on this list, we're going with a gang that has its own fair share of traitors. Grove Street Families from GTA San Andreas was a prominent gang from Los Santos, reduced to a shadow of its former self thanks to infighting and pressure from rival gang The Ballers. Now, I can already hear the comments, but Grove Street won. Yes, but let's consider the situation throughout the game and give credit where it's due. Before CJ arrived back in Los Santos, Grove Street are honourable but small and weak. Their refusal to sell hard drugs means that the other gangs have muscled in on their turf. Their members are split between those who want to sling proper drugs and those who want to stick to their current methods. After CJ, the gang is revitalised. They renew their ancient war with the Ballers, reclaim their territory, root out the traitors, and even take down the corrupt police. But whose work was that? Grove Street or CJ's? Was it collaborative effort, or was it just CJ running around saving threatened territories and capping fools? Clearly, Grove Street is useless and it's CJ that's the real power. I wouldn't join a gang where everything relies on one person to win absolutely everything. I also wouldn't want to join a gang where half the members betray you for fuck all reason. Finally, I wouldn't join a gang that thinks it's a good idea to attack a train full of ballers on a dirt bike with a fat, criticising bastard on the back throwing the balance. Not smart and liable to get me killed. So, fuck that.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
CJ's little cul-de-sac, that's all that matters.
CJ's little cul-de-sac.
Fuck everything else.
That's the most hardcore gang name I've ever heard. Yo, who you roll with? CJ's cul-de-sac.
So that was our list of 6 of the dodgiest gangs to join in video games. Agree with the list? Prefer another gang? Let us know in the comments below.
And while you're there, why not throw in a like and a subscribe, as we really need that. It helps us. You might not think it does, but those likes and those subscribes go a long way.
They add up.
And if you enjoyed this list, why not check out our list of 6 sidekicks that are better than all of these gangs put together. And we will see you next time.
Guys, imagine an alternate reality world where pigs are really skinny and they feed us, so we get all fat. And then
What?
and then they gobble
And we
us.
live in sties and they eat us.
And they gobble us!
I often think of this.
I'll tell you what, one thing I would be down for in Chris's pig dimension: eating out of a trough.
Oh, that's a good pig.